The Wonderfull Pot. In a little broken-down cottage, there once lived a poor man and his wife. They had sold their furniture to buy food, but they still had one cow. At last they had no money or food left, so the man said he would take the cow to the market and sell her. He led her along the road where a stranger stopped him. "Are you selling your fine cow?" he asked. "How much money will you take for her?" 100 crowns, was the answer. "Well, I have no money," the stranger said, "but I will exchange this pot for your cow." He lifted up a black iron pot with 3 legs and a handle over the top. "A pot?" the man cried. "My wife and children need food, and I must have money to buy some. A pot is no use to me." The 2 men stood in the road looking at each other and at the pot and the cow. Suddenly the pot shouted, "Take me!" If a pot can talk, it can do other things. The poor man thought, so he handed over the cow to the stranger. Then he carried the pot home and put it in the cow shed. He wanted to have a rest and something to eat, but his wife met him in the doorway. "Well," she said, "did you sell the cow at a good price?" "Yes," he replied. "I am pleased with the price." "That's good. The money will be very useful." "But, dear wife, I didn't get any money. I got something useful which I left in the cowshed." The wife rushed outside. "How stupid!" she cried when she saw the pot. "How can I feed the children with an empty pot? I wish I'd taken the cow to market myself." She went on grumbling until the pot shouted, "Clean me, then put me on the fire." "A talking pot? Whew, how wonderful!" the wife said. "If it can talk, perhaps it can do other things." So she washed the pot and put it in the fire. I'm running, the pot laughed. "Where are you running?" the woman asked. To the rich man, and the pot ran out of the kitchen and up the road on the 3 fat little legs. The rich man's house was not far away, and a lovely smell of baking bread was coming from the kitchen. The pot jumped through the window and landed on the kitchen table. "That's good," exclaimed the rich man's wife. "This pot is the right size for my pudding, just what I needed." And she started to mix lots of good things together: flour, butter, eggs, raisins, cherries, and nuts. Soon the pot was full, and she wanted to put it on the fire. Tap, tap, tap. The pot had jumped to the door on its 3 short legs. "Where are you going?" the woman asked. "To the poor man's house," replied the pot, and it raced back down the road. "Look at this pudding, dear wife," said the husband. "Isn't this a good little pot?" "Indeed it is," she replied, and they all had a good meal that night. Next morning the pot shouted, I'm running. "Where are you running?" they asked. "To the rich man's barn." It chuckled, then it balanced on the 3 legs, and away it ran. It stood in the barn doorway, and the rich man, who was threshing wheat, shouted, "Ha ha! Look at this odd little pot. How much wheat will it hold?" He emptied a bag of wheat into it, but it did not fill the pot. He poured it another bag, then another, but there was still plenty of room in the pot. The man went on pouring bag after bag until the barn was empty. At once the pot ran outside. "Stop!" the man shouted. "Where are you taking my wheat?" "To the poor man's house." And the pot went thump, thump, thump on its fat 3 legs all the way down the road with the rich man's running after it. "Stop! Stop!" he cried, but the little pot soon reached the poor man's house. "Husband, look at this," the wife exclaimed. "This lovely little pot has filled our sheets with wheat. We won't be hungry for years." They felt very happy and wondered what the pot would do next. On the third morning, the sun was shining brightly as the pot went along the road again with a hop, skip, and jump. The rich man was busy counting all his money on a table near the window. Many gold coins were glittering in the sun. The pot jumped through the open window and perched in the middle of them. "I won't let this black pot get away from me this time," he said. "It will make a good many bucks for me." 10, 15, 100 coins he threw in, one after the other, until the table was empty. At that moment the pot jumped across the window. "Help! Thief! Robber!" shouted the man. "Where are you going with all my gold?" "To the poor man's house," sang the pot as it ran and did a funny little twirling dance all the way down the road. The poor couple was speechless when the pot arrived with the gold. Then the husband said, "With this gold, we can get a table, chairs, bed, and clothes for the children." "And another cow," his wife said with a laugh. "What a good exchange you made, dear husband." "Please clean me well," was all the pot said. On the fourth day, the pot stood by the door. I'm running, it said. "Where are you running?" the couple asked. "To the rich man's house." And it tapped, tapped, tapped along the road and jumped into the rich man's kitchen once more. He was standing by the table when he spied the pot, and he became very angry indeed. "This is the horrid pot which took my wife's pudding, my wheat from the barn, and all my gold. Give me back the things you stole, or I'll break you into tiny pieces." He threw himself over the pot, but he could not get off again. I'm running, sang the pot. "Run to the North Pole if you want to," screamed the rich man as he kicked and struggled. But the pot, on its 3 fat little legs, turned and ran down the road with the man still on the top. The poor man, his wife and children came outside, but this time the pot did not stop. No one ever knew if it did carry the man to the North Pole. The poor family was now the rich family, and they often talked about the wonderful pot and all the things that it did, but it never came back to visit them.